So let u be a vector in 2 dimensions, which is starting from 0. And further, let me put a constraint on the length of the vector, which is the length of the vector u has to be equal to 1. So this means that under root x square plus y square will be equal to 1, and this would imply x square plus y square equal to 1. And some of you might have already recognized that this is an equation of a circle, and if not, bear with me. So let me draw an xy plane first. All right, and now next I'm going to draw a unit circle, which is a circle which is centered at the origin and has got radius 1. So let me draw this unit circle. And this might not look much like a circle, but it's because of my poor drawing, but you can assume that this is a circle. So anyway, so let me take any point here. Let me take a point xy here. Okay, so this point is xy. And if I connect this point with the origin, right? So using Pythagoras theorem, you can see, right, that this vector, the length of this vector has to be equal to x square plus y square, right? And we know that the length of this vector, which is this, is equal to the radius of the unit circle, and which is equal to 1. So anyway, so let's name this vector. Let's call this vector u. Okay. So u is a vector that starts from the origin and ends at the with its tip on the unit circle. And let u subtend an angle, say alpha, okay, with the x-axis. So the x projection of vector u, right, will be cos alpha, right, because the length of the vector u is 1, and the y projection of vector u will be sine alpha, right? So you can represent vector u like so. All right, so now let me draw another vector v. So this vector is v, and let v subtend an angle, let's say beta, with the x-axis. So using the same logic, we can say that v can be represented like so: cos beta and sine beta. All right. And what if I wanted to find the angle between these two vectors, right? So I wanted to find this angle, this particular angle. So the cosine of this particular angle, right? And this angle is cos of beta minus alpha. So the cosine of the angle between these two vectors, u and v, and this can be, and I hope you remember your trigonometry, because even if you don't remember, that's fine. So cos beta minus alpha is cos beta into cos alpha plus sine beta into sine alpha. And if you look at this result more carefully, you will see that this is a product of the first element of u and v added to the product of the second element of u and v. So if you have let's say theta, which is the angle between two unit vectors, that is vectors whose length is 1, and let's say the vectors be u as x1, y1, and the other vector be v, x2, y2. And if these two vectors u and v be unit vectors and the angle between u and v be theta, then cosine of theta can be written as x1 into x2 plus y1 into y2. And this expression has a special name. So this expression is called the dot product. So this lecture was just to give you some intuition regarding dot products. In the next lecture, we will actually have a more formal discussion and explanation of what is meant by dot product of vectors.